Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. So today we're going to take a look at the new moon that's occurring on July 5th or 6th, depending on where you live in the world. We're going to take a look at each life path number and what this new moon could hold in store. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading or forecast for your own personal numerology, please go to my website and book some time with me. I would love to work with you and take a closer look. All right, so let's take a look at what this new moon has in store for us. Life path number 2, you are going to be working with the energy of the 4 and the 5. This can feel like a little bit of aggravating or frustrating energy, to be honest. And this is only going to last, for a couple of weeks around this new moon. But it can kind of have you feeling like you want to go a million miles an hour, like you want to put the pedal to the metal and you want to go. You want the green lights. But there's something that kind of keeps pulling you or holding you back. There's something that's kind of trying to slow you down. And really what this is the energy of the 4, right? So the energy of the 5 is the one that's like this very expressive, fast-moving energy, wants a lot of change, wants a lot of momentum, wants to sort of experience life, at the fullest. And then the 4 is saying, we can do that, but we have to have a plan. We have to have a strategy. We have to pace ourselves, right? We have to really make sure that we're in it for the long haul and that we can sustain the journey type of thing. So it's more sort of refined and reserved, where the 5 is more about like, throw caution to the wind and be spontaneous and etc. So when you put these two energies together, you can feel sort of this inner turmoil or this inner sort of tug of war. Like, you have these responsibilities and these obligations, but you also just want to be free and independent and, again, the wild child. So there's really this method to this, though, right? When these energies come together, it's saying you can have that freedom and that independence, and you can feel carefree, but you also can pay attention to, what it is that needs to get done in order to maintain that freedom and that sort of that ability to be expressive in the way that you want to be expressive. So really what this is saying is, around this new moon, you may be asked to find new ways to sort of commit to something, to have a strategy, to have a plan, to understand how it is that you can sort of, find your center and your moderation so that you're not burning yourself out. Because if you just fully step into the energy of the 5 without that sort of anchoring or grounding energy of the 4, you will likely burn out, right? Like, you will fall to an extreme and likely burn out pretty quickly. And so the 4 says, let's get a plan, let's get a strategy, let's make it happen, but let's make it sustainable. So again, some area of your life where maybe it is that you've been neglecting responsibility or sort of, too much in your independence, where maybe you are, again, sort of neglecting the people who need you, obligations, etc. The 4 is going to come in and say, we need to get serious and commit to something and get focused. And once we can do that, then we can sort of funnel all this big 5 energy into creating whatever it is that we want to create. So when it comes to, say, like relationships, this energy is going to say, where is it that you need to commit to your responsibilities? Where is it that you need to sort of step up and maybe be a little bit more loyal, or be a little bit more committed, or be a little bit more strategic? And then, or as far as like, having, taking things step by step and not rushing the process. Where is it that maybe you need a little bit more patience? And the 5 is going to say, don't lose yourself in your relationships or your connections. Maintain your freedom and your authenticity and your desire for evolution and change. But there's a way to do it to where you're not sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? So when the 5 comes in a cycle, it can really sort of push us to free ourselves from something that's been really restrictive. And the 4 being restrictive can kind of keep us tethered in a sense, but the goal is to keep us tethered in a healthy way so that our feet are on the ground while our head is in the cloud. clouds. So it's a really dynamic energy, and it can feel very frustrating because you can, again, want to just go full speed ahead, but the 4 is going to slow everything down. It's like a checkpoint energy, and you could face additional challenges that you might not want to face. And I would say anything that crops up around this time, pay close attention to it. Make sure that you take care of it and don't let it, go, because you will sort of face those consequences down the road if you don't take care of it when it crops up. So the 4 asks us to get serious about what it is that we're facing. And the 5 just says, let's do it in a way where we can enjoy it, where we can adapt and change and get the most out of the experience. So really dynamic energy here, but try not to get too frustrated if you feel like the brakes keep getting put on, and you just want to go full speed ahead. There's a reason for that, and pay attention to what the energy is trying to show you as far as like, where is it that you need to slow down and be more methodical and have a plan. And then you'll see the greatest rewards from this energy, or the greatest, sort of gifts come in from the fruition. So beautiful energy, can be a little bit challenging, but I know you all do great with it. So take care, everyone. I hope it's a great one. Bye for now.